Come on, buddy. See it. See it.
I've been fishing since a jet before I could talk. I could catch a limit with a string and a stick. I caught a 5-bill lump before I could walk. And I got the bug, so it's time to go flip. A Yeti full lunch and a tin full of dip. I'll be gone all day, baby, so please don't trip. I swear I'll lose my mind if you don't let me fish. And when he hit, dog, it's a dog, yeah. Dog, it's a toad. Dog, it's a giant.
What's up, y'all? It's been a minute since I got to film. Because, you know, a man's got to work and pay bills and be a real life person. Just caught a fish, first cast. Wish I would have had it on camera. I just got this little stick bait, Texas rigged. And it was the Guggen green color. But because I'm in extremely clear water, nothing against Guggen, I absolutely love those guys. But because it was clear water, I colored it black. Just throwing this around because it's summer now. If you saw the other ones, it was all pre-spawn, like spring bass fishing in Michigan. It's summer now. The last 3 weeks the weather's really turned, but we had a cold front, low pressure system come in for about a week, so they were hot for the first couple days of that, but then the bite kind of shut down, and today's the first warm, clear day since. And I just caught about a 17-inch largemouth first cast, so that's a good sign. So we're gonna cast a couple more times with this stick bait Texas rig right here. Then we'll probably put... I caught a bass first cast. That's supposed to be bad luck or something, isn't it? I hope not, man. It was immediate too. But that happens a lot at this spot that I pulled up to. It's on a buoy right next to a drop off and a weed bed with some stumps off like about 20 yards away. So I know they like to sit there and ambush bait fish that are, you know, chilling in the weeds or vice versa, chilling in the stumps. Let's see if we can't get one more strike here. Oh man, one had it, didn't get the hook though. Another thing I always tell people when they're doing this style of fishing or finesse fishing even, on this style of fishing you can feel it a little more like the bite, but with finesse fishing, like a lot of times people miss bites, man. You don't even realize it. You got to watch that line. You got to be a line watcher, man, or else you will miss all kinds of bites. If your line's just moving in a way that seems unnatural to you. See? He did have it. Anyways, I'm gonna tie this Ned rig on. I'll see y'all on the main lake. Bye-bye. Jurassic Park out here. But it's pretty tight for a lot of people out here. Hey guys, so we're back out here, coming out from Highland Lake through the canal into the beautiful half moon. And I just wanted to show you guys, because we're about to fish these ledges, I wanted to show you the ledges on the fish finder. They are pretty crazy and they run all through this area. So if you look, I said fish finder, on the graph, see all of these right here? All these lines, and then this underwater point into like a pinch point. And we just came out of a pinch point where a lot of current runs, because it runs from a canal that's all the way over there, straight over to here, into there. So all these lines, man, are just ledges and underwater points. So we are about to go on one right now. It's that ledge on the graph. You can see right here, it's about 2 feet, then boom, then a weed. That's probably a ball of bait right there. But we're gonna go fish that point that I was just talking about. Look at that, guys. And then we're gonna go fish. It's the same kind of drop off, but we're gonna go fish this point right here, that guy, and that into there. We're gonna do that first. Then we're gonna go hit this crazy ledge island that's out here. I'll show you real quick. See this right here? Then we're gonna go fish this massive underwater point / island. There's two there too as staging points. And this goes from like 3 feet to 40 feet. And because it's summer, you know, and it's been hot, and then we had that low pressure system which threw them off. So I think they probably roamed, but then on this hot day, they're probably starting to set back up there. So we're gonna do that and then fish some topwater at night, because I know they'll still probably be roaming a bit because the water temp dropped like 5 degrees. It's still like 79, but we should catch them. We should catch them. We shall see. All right, we're about to fish that point. I'm gonna start throwing that stick bait again. Then I'm probably gonna throw swim bait, Ned rig, drop shot would work. But I want those bigger bites, so I'm gonna throw something big first. Bam! Guggen lunker log, Guggen tungsten weight, EWG wide gap hook, or you mean Gamasaku EWG hook. Like I said, this buoy about 20 yards, so the tip of the point's about right here. I use my 2D to find it.
Like if you fall out, you want to be able to get back in? Yes. Okay, so hold up. I want to see if my flip-flops float. Okay, they do.
Popping that thing above the weeds. Trying to fall. Got one. That's a good one. That's a good fish. That's a good fish. Come up and jump. Stay down. Stay down. Stay down. Ooh, there's minnows jumping. Not a great fish, just a fighter, and one of them little ones that fights like a maniac. Y'all know the feeling. But first cast on that point, just like first cast earlier, I guess it ain't all that bad luck, huh? I mean, he ain't bad. He's a keeper. But on that lunker log, Texas rigged, let's get him back in the water. See you later, buddy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, all right. Let's get back in that same spot. I think there's gonna be a ball of them there. May need to move a little slightly more that way. So we drifted a little faster than I wanted to. Oop, oop. Just had one on it. Another thing I learned from Roland Martin, you always want to keep your rod tip no less than 45, or no more than, you know, less, whatever, like 45 degrees and up while fishing a worm. Because that way you can feel the bite and see your line moving any weird ways. Oh, had a nibble. Any weird ways a lot better than you can if your line's down here. So just work it up from there. Big too. Nothing the best I haven't done. Sometimes you'll see the pros be like, it's a giant! And it's a freaking 12-inch bass. It's a weird phenomenon, man. Some of the biggest bass I've ever caught at first felt tiny. And vice versa. Like, I caught a 7.2 pound smallmouth out on Lake St. Clair. I'm from, you know, the north, so that's actually my PB, any bass. I fished Okeechobee before, even with shiners, but we didn't catch anything over 6. That was a while ago, before Okeechobee got tough. I mean, it was starting to get there. But that fish felt just like a normal, like, you know, 15-incher I'd catch out here, but it was a giant. I'll put a picture somewhere for this video. Alright. After this cast, we should move back on the point because we drifted pretty quick. There's current flowing through here too, which I think they like it, and there's a big pinch point in here. need it. I mean, you can catch fish without it, guys, you know. Especially, you don't even need a big boat like this. You know, sometimes John boats arguably are better for lakes like this, for chains like this. It just takes longer to get around is the only issue. But the stealth is a thing. A lot of people underestimate that with bass fishing. These fish can smell better than a bloodhound. And their lateral line can feel, you know, weird sounds from pretty far away. Weird vibrations. Throw the swim bait on once or twice. Kitech, I think this was not the 3-inch, the size up from that on the matching head, using that color because predominantly bluegill as the forage in here. I love these things though because you can fish them like a jig, like a swim bait, even like a Texas rig, and they're so natural. You can fish them shallow, you can fish them deep. I slay smallmouth on these things, on smallmouth lakes. Play with your reel, let it sink, steady retrieve, pop it up out of the weeds, let it fall into the weeds. It's not weedless, but you could rig it on a weedless swim bait hook. I like the jig head because it just looks so natural. I think this worm's life's about out. So like I was saying earlier, on this body of water, I'm going to take about 1 inch off the tip. You can bite it or use your nail or cut it. If you don't know how to rig, you know, a traditional stick bait or Texas rig, you just put it right through there, you know, depending on how long your thing is here. I forgot what it's called. It's got a name though. But you see that bend, shank or something? And then you put it like this, slide it over that, and then you gotta twist your bait around so it's even, right? And then I like to line that up so I can see where it needs to be. Keep my finger there, then you push the bait down to about there, put it through, and then pull it tight. Bam. That's not perfect, but it's good enough. Make sure I can feel that hook shank right there so that when I set the hook, it will set the hook, but it's still weedless. We're gonna go back to that point. I think it's the place to be. All right, so we're back on that point, and I can just see a ball of them on the screen. Ball of bait fish with bass right on them, dude, literally. So we should catch like 2 or 3 right here. Another tip to save worms, just make it a little shorter if it starts to get a split at the tip. Just like, you know, centimeter. It's not gonna change the bite. It's just that much. Sometimes when you cast and you know you're fishing a drop off, it's a long cast, don't tighten your spool right away. Let some line out so that it can sink down to where you're aiming for the cast, if you're casting right on it. Otherwise you'll get a pendulum effect. Sometimes that's the deal, but sometimes it's not. Again, I'm using this buoy as a landmark because I don't have forward facing or even side scan on this boat. So I went over it with 2D, found where it was at, and then this buoy was like, you know, it's like 20, 25 yards from where the perfect spot was, right directly to its right. That's what I caught that one off of earlier. Oh, I just had a bite. Didn't get it. Might need to switch to the Ned. Little guy, that's why I didn't get it. But he bit it 3 times, man. We're gonna switch to the Ned just for a second, see what's down there. That's that spot I was talking about, right? See? Literally, I'll show you in a sec. It's 20 yards. See the buoy right there? We're fishing right there. I marked the spot as a visual aid both times, right when we went over it. Another thing I didn't mention just now is when you're fishing like this, especially if you don't have all the technology that all these, like, you know, guys do that you see catch fish after fish. Good thing you, oh, look at that bait pole right there. Oh my gosh, do you guys see that? I can't, look at that. Anyways, if you're fishing and you don't have all the technology, but you know where a ledge is or whatever, and the finesse, you know, you're getting bit, but you're not getting bit as much as you would like to, you can throw a moving bait right along the edge of that ledge. That way you're using all of your space efficiently, right? You're fishing right on the drop off or a few feet above if you think they're suspended, like right on the, like, few feet above where the drop off starts coming up, right? And by doing that, you can really, you know, increase your odds because you're utilizing more space. It gives you better odds, better statistics, right? So just throw a moving bait along about halfway up the ledge, because that's where those bass are going to be to ambush anyways on days like this, summer days, or pre-spawn and post-spawn, because they come back to the same staging areas. Not for long, in post-spawn they'll move out even deeper or they'll go shallow, but you get the picture. And that was one of those deals where I felt the first bite, but the second one was all visual. Just, I could tell the line was not acting right. Oh, that was one. Definitely gonna get bit in a second. I can tell right where we're at right now. I can see the shelf and with my eyes. More. See, I'm using that landmark. Oh. He grabbed the tail. A lot of times these fish will hit it on the fall too, so always watch your line. Baby, I know they're there. Maybe they don't like the net, maybe they're trying to feed a little bigger. There's one. Right as I was saying that. Yeah, it's that spot, dude. I'm telling you, they're loaded up right there. If I had forward-facing sonar right now, it'd be every cast. Because then you can just aim and point. Right as I said, I know they're there. I mean, not the biggest fish in the world, but we'll take them. They're chewing down there, man. Every time I get in that zone. Same spot, about 20 yards from where I marked where that point ended. Underwater with that buoy. Got in there, there he was. I don't know, man. A lot of people say they don't like summer bass fishing. I love summer bass fishing. It's not the dog days of summer. You just got to understand their movement patterns. I think with sonar, a lot of people are starting to get that now, but they're not always going to be just up shallowy. Anyways, like I was saying, they're not always going to be, yeah, when my wife called me, I forgot to plug my camera back in. Got to take care of the wife. Happy wife, happy life. Young kids, there has never been a truer statement. I promise you, bro. I love fishing. And I'll sacrifice a little bit to go fishing. But if she's real mad, I might have to sacrifice the day. Because I love her. And also, she can make my life hell if she wants. Anyways, like I was saying, and the, you know, they're not always going to be up shallow where you can flip, or like the standard ideas that the guys have. One, because these fish are so pressured now, they've kind of understood that too, because when it's hot out, sometimes fish just roam out in the middle, like places you would never imagine. Yes, related to structure, but not as related as you'd think. Like right now, I'm on structure. I'm on this point, but I'm in the middle, you know, not middle, but like, I don't know, like 500 yards offshore. I know they're here. Oh, I just had a fish talking to you guys, but I know they're here. And you just gotta look around at the contours of the lake, and then don't be afraid to go out and try to fan cast around just a little bit off of that structure. Sometimes there'll just be wolf packs out there chasing the bait fish that are running from them. and you can get on a frenzy that way. Now, don't get me wrong, shallow fishing works 1000%, but it shouldn't be your only trick in the bag. You just got to be versatile. You can't get stuck in this one way of thinking. That happens to a lot of guys, I feel like. But then also, you don't want to be too versatile, right? You still want to be able to go with your gut. It's a good mixture of knowledge and intuition. There's Topwater right there. There's a bass right there. There's bait running from him right there, dude. See. Come on, buddy. See it. See it. See it. Come on. I know you're there. No, my God. Well, he saw it. Definitely not a giant. Wasn't the kind we were looking for. He saw it, but he a baby. He a baby. Let's throw him back. Oh, well, I missed it. Whoops. Alrighty. Other phone or other camera died. But we can make do. Like beef stew, whatever the f that means. Good tip to keep in mind. When you look at the contour on your map, or just from what you know, envision that in your mind as you're casting so that you can get along those ledges or right on those points or on that brush pile or that grass. Envision it. Know, believe you're sending it there, because you know, if you're just casting blindly, you're not going to be nearly as accurate if you're like envisioning it in your mind. And I know I sound like a hippie when I say that, but I'm serious. Like, envision that stuff, and I promise you will catch more fish. Like, get in a primitive mind state, like instinctual. It works for me anyway. I might have to move in a second. We're drifting out. For some reason, this region, like, yeah, I catch fish on other stuff, don't get me wrong, like, no doubt about it, but they love the worms, man, in this region. I don't know what it is. And like little minnows on drop shots. I don't know what it is, man. I mean, you can catch them all other ways for sure, but for like frequency, like if you're gonna bring like a kid out, it's worms, dude. I guess that's probably like that all over the country, but in this region, like, it's really like that. For numbers, it's worms. Bet you I catch a fish first cast. What are we betting? Let's bet a sub. I'll bet you a sub I catch a fish this cast. Let's see. You better honor your word too, because I would. I guess I'm gonna be a loser forever. Dang it! Alright. I almost just fell in front of you guys. We're gonna go fish this ledge. Alright, we're gonna move to this little pinch point right here, but we're gonna sit on this drop off. For some reason, they just like that. I think it's because the current works in their favor and pushes bait fish off of these shallows towards the channel. So we're going to fish right here just for a little bit in there. Yep. All right, boys. We're going to catch one on a net or a stick bait, Texas rig, right quick. Then we're going to throw some Topwater because it's looking Topwater-y. We're on a new drop off now. By the way, this is still the same cast. Still the same cast. So you definitely should. See? That was the same cast, right? So definitely, you know, hit that button. I'm just playing. But I just know they were here. You know, looking for some quality. Now I gotta throw another one because that was too easy. I'm about to show you guys this ledge like visually with your eyes so you can see, like you can literally see it. Nice weeds, hydrilla, right on a ledge into 20 foot of water up to 3 or 4. Alright, I'm gonna throw the swim bait or I'm gonna throw this one more time on the ledge. It's a problem, guys. We have an affliction. You just can't. When it looks good, you just gotta try it. Then you got a wife telling you to come home. You don't know what to do. It's an issue. For your young kids, cherish that ish, man. Establish yourselves now. God, it's beautiful out here, though. These birds are out here feeding, too. They're just all over, just looking. Means we're in the right spot, that's for sure. Huh. Well, doesn't always go the way you want it to, folks. But it's been a good day, you know. All in all. I know I've mentioned Guggen Squad a lot today, but if you don't know what that word means, look it up. It's just perfect. It's just perfect. Anyways, doesn't always go the way you want it to. I mean, we caught them. I caught like 3 off camera, 3 or 4 on camera. You know, we only had 3 hours of fish, so like it's not terrible. Middle of the summer. You know, you can always be a little more dialed. You can always be a little bit more studied on the day. But it really just comes down to feeling it and believing and having confidence and loving fishing and never giving up, never stopping. And you will figure them out. And there's such an industry now. It's just a beautiful thing. And so, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to inspire people to do it. I love being in the outdoors. I love fishing. I love the puzzle that fishing provides. And I'm not going to stop. This is what I'm going to do. So if you guys are down, you know, hit the sub button. If not, whatever. It's free for you. Helps me, but it is what it is. Or like, whatever. Or just watch the videos, man. Hang out with me. Either way, I'll be good. I'm going to keep doing this. I love where I'm at. And being in nature, catching fish, is payment enough. So,
I've
with
been
that,
fishing since legit before I could talk. I could catch a limit with.
I'm going to keep fishing, though. See if I catch another bass.
Got the bug, so it's time to go flip. A Yeti full lunch and a tin full of dip. I'll be gone all day, baby, so please don't trip. I swear I'll lose my mind if you don't let me fish. And when he hit, dog, it's a dog, yeah. Dog, it's a toad. Dog, it's a job.